Hi, Scorpios. This is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamolen, Psychic Medium. Welcome to a timeless love reading for my Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Cross watchers, you're always welcome. Today, I'm going to ask my spirit guides, what's next in love? Anything about maybe a person on your mind, any energy that's going on around you for love at this time. See what comes in. I do have some initials. I have some charms. I know you guys like those. So let's call in our spirit guides. Let's see what they have for you. Let's see what our cards are saying. Spirit, I call upon you for loving messages. What is it that you have for us today? What is it that you want us to hear? What is it that you need us to know? I am listening for you now. I have children being playful together. Can we just have fun? You know, like sometimes people just want to stay in that let's just play energy in the beginning, and then somebody else wants to start to get a little bit more serious. And it's like at some point you do have to get a little bit serious and talk about your feelings. And, you know, it's not all just fun and games in life, but maybe we're just entering into a very playful new beginning. I have a breakup. I'm going to say after breakup, I'm going to say that maybe I wasn't expecting somebody to come into my life, or this person wants to stay playful because they just came out of a difficult situation. But, you know, let's just see where it goes. Let's have fun. You know, you want to be careful that it's not let's just have fun because that's, you know, somebody who just wants to have sex. So you want to be careful with that. I have my hearts in knots. Okay. I'm emotionally confused. Yeah. So they might not be ready to start talking about their feelings, especially if there hasn't been a lot of distance between that last relationship. Or that could be you. This could be in reverse. That now I have mixed feelings. I'm still kind of grieving and getting over somebody, even though I don't want to go back. But at the same time, I've got new energy coming in. So I've got just a lot of, I'm going to say waves of emotion. And that's okay. You can heal and move on at the same time. You know, you can do both. We're human. We have the capability of having multiple emotions at the same time. But yeah, sometimes it's a little confusing. I have appearances. Projecting an image, putting on a show. Okay, now that could be somebody from your past. That could be even you, that you're kind of faking it until you make it. You know, like you might not be feeling quite yourself, but you're putting on a good show because you want everybody to think that you've moved on. But even deep down inside, your heart is still broken. Or I wish that I didn't have to, you know, pretend that everything's all right. But if all I ever talk about is that, you know, my person, people aren't going to ever want to talk to me again. So, yeah, you could be just feeling like I'm kind of faking it until you make it energy. I have revenge. We don't want revenge. Time to forgive and forget, this voodoo doll. Yeah, I mean, that's not going to help anybody. All right. Karma's going to take care of everything in its own time. You don't have to do anything. If somebody hurts you, you just have to put it out into, you know, the world and let karma take care of them. It will catch up with them. I have a heartbreak, you know, broken promises. I get it. You know, sometimes you just, you know, this toxic person, there was constant drama. They're asking you to climb higher with this ascension. Okay. So even though we may be coming out of this, the situation turned toxic at the end, my heart was broken. I could be bitter. I could be angry. I could be, you know, I don't know if you want revenge as much as wouldn't it be nice if, you know, something happened to them and the new person, or, you know, but don't live in that energy, you know, trust me, you know, you may be putting too much energy into thinking about what's going on the past with them, as opposed, and they're not even thinking about you anymore. You know, they've moved on. They're not even, so don't waste your time. Don't waste your time and your thoughts. They're trying to lift you up, raise you up to a higher level, allowing you to have this playful energy, allowing you to, even if you have to fake it till you make it, that you start to enjoy yourself again. Okay, that you're not going down this deep, they just showed me like this deep, dark hole, that you feel like, you know, when am I going to pull myself out of this? You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Just keep one step in front of the other. Focus on you and focus on what's best for you. I have a Page of Swords. I have a Page of Swords. I have a Six of Wands. I have a Fool. They're pushing you into a new beginning, and it's going to be better than what you had, is how it came in. You know, whoever this toxic connection was, they did you a favor, because it's like a reach for the stars energy. It's a dream come true energy. I had to let something go. I had to be beaten up, and not physically beaten up, but mentally and emotionally. I had to hit some kind of bottom to realize that I deserve more. I want more. This is a good dream. This is a good, I don't know, how do I want to say it? That it's your turn, that there's somebody that has their eye on you, with that sword, Page of Swords. So I think that's, once they have their eye on you, it's almost like, I can't wait to get this started. And I think you're open to getting it started. I do. And I don't think that they realize that you have so many mixed emotions still, because you've told them, I'm not with anybody else. I'm not going back to that person. It's over. I have no strings attached, which is true. But what you didn't expect was that when you started another relationship, that maybe it opened up some old wounds, and you are triggered by some of the feelings, some of the emotions, some of the newness. Maybe it's things that you did with somebody else. So it's things that are just kind of triggering these emotions. I have a Chariot. This person wants to move forward. I have an Ace of Pentacles. I got to tell you, Eight of Pentacles, this person's going to put in the effort. This person is trying to pull you away from your past. They're trying to show you that they have something else to offer. And I think Spirit did you a favor. I really think this is one of those times in your life that whoever hurt you did you a favor, because it opens up your energy to receive this new love. Okay. So at the time here, Ten of Swords, I mean, it's like totally over. It's totally over. It's gone, but they did you a huge favor. I have a Knight of Swords. Like, this person is coming in and making up their mind that, they want to be with you, and they definitely have something to offer with that Ace. So I'm going to say, at the end of the day, somehow you end up with a better person, certainly, and you end up in a better situation. You end up maybe even your life is completely changed forever. This is abundance. This is somebody who has made up their mind to, be with you, and this is a genuine offer, is how I feel. I feel like this person says, hey, I really want to be with you, and let's move this thing forward. I'm just going to keep saying the same thing over and over again, but it does feel like this is the best thing that ever happened to you. Somebody ending something so that you can meet this person. And maybe that's something you say out loud. They did me a favor. You're the best thing that ever happened to me. And I would never have met you had I not ended that, or had they not walked out of my life, or had they not broken my heart, something like that. Let's see. Let's get some initials. First initials, last initials. They're saying good news. If it's not here, it's good news ahead. Okay. So if this hasn't happened, They just said there's good news ahead. So these could be clues as to who's coming also. I have the letter H, the letter C, the letter A. I have an I, the letter L. I have a J. I have a W, an I, the letter L, U, M, William. I feel like I want to say William. You know, that's not how it's spelled, but G, X, E. I have an N, an A. Let's just get a couple more. I have a Q and I have an O. Okay. So Xena, I feel like I want to say Xena also. I know that's not how it's spelled, but I feel like I want to say Xena. Maybe that's somebody's name that's watching. Let me know. All right, let's see what else they have for you. Spirit, tell me about this connection. What is it that you want me to know about this connection? I have, I'm haunted by the past, my own inner darkness. You could just be struggling with it, and that's okay. There will be a moment in time where it's no longer an issue, that you just think forward, you know, that I don't know when it happens slowly, but you do move on with your life. And we have such capacity to love deeply for so many different reasons. Look at this depth. I want to give you more of me and I want more of you. So this could be a much deeper love. This could be something, the best thing that ever happened to you, they just said. So it could be that the other person wasn't capable. So even though these waves of emotion are coming in, it's bringing you to a deeper affection. I love that this is somebody who's much more affectionate, much more expressive, able to share their feelings, able to tell you they love you, things like that. I don't know how to fix the pain in my heart. I still feel broken. Again, sometimes the best thing in healing is to get right back in there. I know you don't want to hear that, but it's the get back on the horse. It's the remember that you're still alive. It's the going on a date with somebody and they compliment you and they're interested in you and they're curious about you. And you start to think, I am alive. I am still attracted. You know, people are still attracted to me. So yeah, you may feel broken, but you won't be broken forever. And you are going to heal. So there's a lot of mixed emotion. You made me feel alive again. I am alive. I just said that. How cool. So I am alive. You're my muse. You make me feel special. You make me feel wanted. You make me feel like you're attracted to me. They're saying compassion. Thank you for caring. Thank you for caring when no one else has, when no one else did. So who's this compassionate new love that's coming into your life that has their eye on you, right? And a genuine offer that makes you feel like you are important. Because whoever didn't make you feel important, you're wasting your time even thinking about them. Let's get some charms. Let's see what my charms want you to know. Maybe we'll get some additional clues with this new love. And they said if it's not here, we have good news ahead, and that's okay too. So use this reading as a manifestation. At the end, we put them out into the universe and we just ask Spirit to bring them to us. Let's get a little scoop here and see what they have for you. I'm going to go with the signs first. I have an Aquarius. I have an Aries. I have a Gemini. Okay, so I have a flip-flop. And I have a starfish. So I feel like I've got a beach lover. I feel like I love the beach. I go to the beach. If I were to travel, I definitely want to go somewhere hot and sit on a beach all day, walk on the beach. I love that weather. I could live somewhere warm, so that could connect to people. I have the number 5. Maybe May is important to us. I have a witch on a broom, but it came into me not so much as a witch, but taking off. So something is ready to take off. Something is ready to, just get on that broom and go. There you go. Things ready to start, I should say. Okay, so this is the Picasso, right? They said somebody helped me with this the other day. Picasso's clock. Okay, I forget what it was, soft clock or something like that. But I was calling it a wobbly clock because I felt like I didn't have control over the time because it's kind of misshaped. Okay. I think it was Picasso. I might be wrong again, but wobbly clock, I feel like I don't have control over the time. I will say luck is on my side. I do feel lucky. Okay, so I do feel that that's important. I feel like a dragonfly. That feels like a tattoo, a dragonfly tattoo. I have a rose. I'm going to put these together. I feel like I could have a flower tattoo, dragonfly tattoo, a rose, even a heart. I have a heart. Like all of these feel like they're body art for some reason. Okay, I have a lock that's closed. So somebody's got to open my heart. Somebody's got to maybe work a little bit harder to find the key and unlatch that. But I do feel like this person is going to be able to. They have something to offer. You're going to see that it's the best thing that's ever happened to you. You're going to end up, your future self will thank you. I feel like, that you're going to make the right choice. And sometimes you have to think that far ahead. You have to think, is this the best decision for me in my own future? And I think that that's what's going to happen. I have a spider. I'm just going to use the word creepy because I feel like it's connected to somebody from my past. And I feel like that's one of the ways I describe that person. Like the things that they did were creepy sometimes. So I just feel like I'm going to put that spider in the creepy category. And let's see what this is. I have a leaf. Maybe I got rid of this person in the fall, something like that. And I have a guitar. I'm just going to put that with this person. Like I feel like there's certain music that when I hear it, it just kind of goes through me because it's their music and I never really liked it, but I always had to listen to it. So I feel like now I just turn the radio off or I don't even go to those types of stations anymore. So I'm not going to listen to their garbage is how I feel. But yeah, so somebody creepy, from the past. But you're not caught in their web anymore, are you? All right, so here is our beautiful charms. I like the flip-flops. I like, of course, luck is on your side. I even like the wobbly clock, even though I don't have control over divine timing. I still feel like it's in motion, it's moving. So I will take that. Spirit, tell me what else you want me to know about this connection. I do, overall, I mean, I think that we all struggle with making the right choices. And I think that we do get hit with a lot of different emotions at the beginning of a relationship. And we tend to get confused about why. But a lot of it's triggers, a lot of it's old wounds. They're just saying and try to enjoy what you can enjoy and work through some of the other things. I have words hurt. Maybe I'm reliving things that somebody said. I just dream and wish for everything. 7 of Cups. Okay. So I could be I just want the best. I want somebody who's not going to break me, you know, like that crushed lollipop. I want somebody who is going to be there for me, who is going to stay. I have yay or nay. So you get to decide. Okay. It's always in your hands. Think before you act. You know, they had said fake it till you make it. So maybe you do get back on the horse and you give it a try. And maybe there's somebody that comes into your energy that doesn't really go anywhere. So maybe you get disappointed, but then you try again. And that person's maybe a little bit more exciting and a little bit more interesting and worth a little bit more of your time. So you spend a little bit more time with that person. So, you know, it's a process. I used to call it a part-time job, you know, being single. Love me. I like that. I like this feeling of love me for who I am, right? I'll love you for who you are, and I want you to love me for who I am. So we're going to ask Spirit to guide you, and we're going to put this out into the universe. But I think that we have good news ahead. I'm definitely going to go with the good news. And I think it's a new beginning, and I think it's the best thing that will ever happen to you. Yep, I'm going to go with that. I want to thank Spirit for these messages. I want to thank you for being here. If you're new to my channel, please remember to hit that like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. Thank you for your kind words. I do read all of your comments. If you would like to book a private reading with me, please go to my website, KathyMamolen.psychicmedium.com. Visit my other 2 YouTube channels. The links are in the description below. We'll see you all again in another love reading real soon.